Hello everyone, here with my review of Black 116 and of course the ending and the new opening 10, right? Of course important for this review. And I also had this weird sound effect on the reaction. That's only one of the sounds. How to play it? You know, you have like a left and a right, yeah, on your eye, whatever. Only one of them is apparently sending this sound. Very weird, very weird. I don't know. Hopefully this will be better. Sorry for that. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it works fine for me. It sounds fine to me, right? But the upload version sounds weird. But also, I mean, you can obviously listen to it. I hope you like the reaction. But it's a little bit like, why are there some parts only for one ear? Whatever. So the review then, I think the biggest thing is the king is alive, right? That's the biggest thing, right? The king is alive, and that's why I have my little ram statue here, right? Because clearly, and I mean, obviously, Nero is the girl in the opening and the ending. She's incredibly... you know, forthcoming in the ending, especially. We see all of her. She has the red thing in her face, right? And I mean, I said that like a month ago or a little more than that, right? Probably more. Especially, I said it earlier as well, but especially when we had Charmy being a dwarf, I was like, well, if they are dwarfs and they are like elves and they are like humans and whatever the people in the water is, they seem to be human, but it's kind of weird because they live in the water. And then we also have, in this ending though, we have some kind of like mermaid face in the ending. So it's like, yeah. So you have different races, right? And, you know, I guess Nero is something else, right? And I guess like my angel or bird person, right? And I also said it's going to be a girl and it's going to be sexy, right? Because that's how anime is. So you can have a sexy bird girl. Yeah, you can't have an ugly bird girl, come on. So it's clearly her. And in the opening then, this is the biggest thing, she's touching, right? She's going forward, right? And like grabbing the king statue, right? And it seems to be, you know, being reborn. I wish I could, of course, reborn my ram here, right? Yeah, reincarnate my beautiful ram here. But so of course the king is alive. It's very, very clearly in the opening, and her goal then, I'm guessing from the episode then, of course, is to get finral. She gets finral in the last minute after ending credits. She gets finral. And it's like, let's go and, you know, to the king. I need you to teleport me to the king so I can get the king now, because we need to get him out from it, yeah. So I'm gonna guess that the main plot, right, is that, or the main plot, but the general thing here is that the king, of course, never died. He just petrified himself, probably, or maybe she could do it, but he got petrified, right? So he could be like, revive me the day that the damn demon come back, right? Because me, my Licth bro, we're gonna fight that guy, yeah. So of course, you know, Julius is, you know, the other king is still here, but we have the first king, and he's gonna come, of course, out from this statue and team up with Licth, right? Because the opening also has a lot of like Licth and, you know, the king, first king, yeah, fighting together. And then I like the opening part, of course, when they open the door, Nero, I guess, but yeah, the girl is crying, probably very obviously Nero. She's crying, and then they open the door for her, and then the light comes in the opening. That was a great scene in the opening, yeah. So she knows them. She could be the princess, Titia, but I don't think so, because there is a scene in the opening where she's like flying past her fight, right? It's like the, you know, evil, you know, three-eyed, obviously then Licth again, right? That I've been saying for a while now, but especially, of course, since you saw Pato turning into his dark form. So, I mean, the big demon thing in the, you know, every episode, right? Clearly it's Licth in his demon form, right? And of course the king had to fight and defeat him, right? And she's like flying and crying past them when they're fighting in the opening. So obviously she was probably there witnessing that fight, right? So she can't be the princess then, because the princess died before the fight, and that's why he turned into, you know, the dark Licth, right? So, and also of course the friends, but mainly she died holding her in her arms, right? So she unlikely is Titia, because it feels like Nero was there witnessing again the battle, right, between Licth and Julius. Oh, sorry, to Julius, sorry, but you know, the first king, not Julius, the first king. Freudian slip, yeah. I'm coming to Julius Jr., the first king, and then of course again, then I'm pretty sure then, of course, the first king was like, revive me, girl, when the demon returns. Because he's gonna return. He's a demon. I wanna kill him, yeah. So he's out now. So next episode, we're probably gonna see her. You know, use finral to get to the king, right? Back in the preview kind of showed her finral, yeah. So they're gonna probably go to the king, right? And she's gonna revive the king, and she can do that all along. You know, she could speak there at the end, right? So, you know, no surprise really there. And then they have Julius though. So it's from the ending. This is very much just me reviewing the ending again here, but I will say it again because they have the ending. And in the ending, they show 4 new characters, completely new characters we've never seen before in the ending. First ending is a lot of, you know, new girl, right? Nero, very likely Nero. It's her, come on, this is super sorry. But then we see like 4 new characters, and after we see those 4 characters, we see the Julius the King. I'm guessing, because we don't know for sure, but it looks a lot like Julius. That's the only character I can imagine this thing. It's either a new character, I guess, a little bit of Julius hairstyle, but it's either like a new character, or it's Julius, right? That's our first before there. And Julius clearly looks very evil in this ending, so I think that's interesting too. Because I feel like is Julius actually the mastermind of Mastermind? Is he behind everything? Is Julius actually, you know, the true, you know, is he behind the demons or what? Because there is this part in the ending, right, with the 2 demons, right? So it's Assa's demon and I guess Licth demon or Patholus demon. And I meant like, you know, Licth because he was the one that first got the demon out, yeah. But anyway, so those demon tails are going towards the middle, right? And in the middle stands Julius, or I guess Julius, but it looks a lot like Julius. Julius stands there in the middle and is like, and he's over, you know, the other 4 new characters. And those 4 characters are over the Licth demon, right? So there's like, yeah, demons, 4 new characters, and I guess then allies to Julius, right? Not to Licth and so on. And then he's like, I got 2 demons, right? I got 2 demon bros. So that's probably just that last scene in the ending, but Julius looks very evil in that ending. And I know I'm assuming he is the character there in the ending, but it looks like him, very much so. He's like 99% looks like him, from his back, right? I mean, you also see the back, of course. It could be any other character, I suppose. But also, I think it doesn't make. I think that either is a new character, right? Or I just feel like I'm just throwing it out there, right? It doesn't make any sense that it's an older character. It doesn't make any. Yeah, that's the thing for me. It doesn't make any other sense if that's Julius, because if you're gonna have like a new character being behind the demons and so on, this is kind of weird. Or like the masterminds of masterminds, right? That seems kind of weird to me. And if it's gonna be another character, really no, it's like he can't be like Vangas. He's already Lich. He's already Lich Patholity. Can't be him. Yami can't be bad. He's like, you know, and so on, right? So yeah, so you kind of can by elimination out other characters too, right? Because it can't be like you. Could it be you? No, it makes sense. So you see what I mean, right? So you kind of eliminate the other characters because most of the characters now are part of either the elf side, right, or the like royals fighting the elves, so on, right? So in that sense too, you kind of can eliminate almost every character now because I already have this like the elf arc, and then it's like. It's only like Julius, Rebecca. So there are a few characters left now that are outside, you know, like the current fights, right? That it could be, I guess. And some other captains. Most captains are, of course, either, you know, turn or fighting and so on. Yeah. So it feels like, yeah, who else would it be with that appearance? It has to be Julius. I'm going with that. It seems no else would make sense. And also. But appearance-wise, but also like if someone's gonna be the super evil mastermind guy behind everything, even behind this demon, behind him, yeah, like behind the demon, it's like yeah, it makes sense to be because it's like because he died, so it's like he died very very early, right, in the fights, way before everything has happened, so he could do his master plan, right? Yeah, because he died so early. He died like 70. He died like 40 episodes ago. He died quite quickly during the current storyline, so you could be like, evil plans, right? And then we saw this body wasn't actually like he wasn't dead, right? Probably not actually, because Yami planted his body, and then Sul hid it, so he's like, yeah, perfect for my plan now. Yeah, so I think that that would make sense to me. I'm gonna say Julius is evil. Julius is the true mastermind. He's evil. I think the ending shows that heavily, and again, like he's the character that makes sense. He's the character that could. How I say it, be the true mastermind, because he's like, oh, you killed me, oh, did you really? Yeah, so he died so early, right? So died, yeah, so he hid away. The other characters doesn't make much sense, and the lower rank characters like Sul or whatever, like you throw her out there. But I mean, any of these like Lieutenant, the lower rank characters, could they be evil? They could be. But they're also like, would they be like the mastermind? Nah, it doesn't make sense either. Like some random, like nobody is like, I'm behind everything. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So having the king being the true evil is a nice touch to it. So I'm going with that. I feel pretty sure. This review we call like Julius, the true mastermind. Yeah, but I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, I'm like, yeah. So that's coming from the ending, right? And also, I mean, it makes sense to me that who else would it be, right? Like, because of everyone is involved in the current struggle. Then I guess the episode. Sorry, opening and reaction. Yeah. The episode, if you ignore the Nero report and then so on, right? It's a good fight. You know, Asta enters, of course. She's like, you know, talk no jutsu, bro. He enters the mind of like, you know, talk no mind entering, and it's like, you're gonna be my friend, Patoli. It's like, I hate dingens, right? And you know, then they become friends, right? Yeah. And of course, we had that scene in opening 9. We had one of the characters being stuck, and then of course it was Vangan in the tree thing. Some nice touch to it, and there's a lot of regret of killing the king, right? So that kind of was the weak entering point to him, like, oh, you know, I killed my best friend Vangens, and you know, Vangens was sad about having to hurt Julius, right? Which is evil, probably, but still, though, they don't know that, yeah, they don't know that, they don't know his name, but yeah, so they were sad, right? Yeah, it's a pretty good scene. Sylvia appears as like, I'm the counter to Darklight, and that I felt was very convenient. He enters. And he just completely crushes him. It's like, oh, well, I have, you know, Quicksilver magic. And that's the ultimate counter to Darklight. Everyone knows that. Come on, guys. Everyone knows that. And he defeats him so easily. Oh, that's a little silly, though. Yeah, that was a little silly. But also, I mean, he looks like he's insane, right? He's setting one immediately. He looked way weaker, actually, as a Dark Elf. Because while he was stronger, I suppose, he only used, like, one spell. Right? He lost his, you know, his intelligence, right? Went berserk. Yeah, it wasn't very good fighter there, but totally. So they're doing that thing, and you know, Charlotte and Yami, of course, they're in love. You know, she's like, Ningen, and he's like, oh, let me help you, lady. Shut up, human. I want your help, but could you please do that thing over there? Yeah, of course, Elf Charlotte's gonna fall in love with, you know, Yami, right? He's gonna have both, you know. Yeah, we already know that, you know, the Torn Queen loves him, the Torn Princess. You know, we already know that she loves, you know, Yami anyway, right? Of course she does, and know her elf size. I'm like, oh, that guy is pretty cool, yeah. So when she's finally gonna get, you know, without her elf personality, she's probably gonna be even more in love with Yama, because she's probably remember what she did, right? And like, they have some like lingering emotions. She's like, oh, like, yeah, double in love now, something like that. So she's clearly gonna team up with Yami. It's really doing that, right? And she's clearly gonna, you know, respect and fall in love with this man, right? I think it's a cute touch to it. But that was good. I didn't see her suddenly entering and helping Lich. Didn't see that at all, but Lich is clearly there. He clearly knows stuff. And I can buy that he couldn't tell to Raya and so on that who was evil, because he clearly knew that, like, oh, one of them is a demon, I'm gonna wait over here. But, you know, he couldn't tell them, I suppose, because he was like memory, because he was like a babbling, he couldn't talk, I guess. So, yeah, I can live with that. If it's a little convenient that Lich seemed to know, actually, that Ron and so was going to betray them, but he didn't tell anyone. It's a little convenient that he didn't tell them, or been inconvenient, but convenient for the plot line that he's like, oh, I didn't tell them. But I guess it makes sense, because he was like, oh, Blade? Yeah, like he was a little, you know, mind in the beginning there, so I suppose it works out, right? But yeah, that was good, and I also liked Mimosa healing Raya. That was cool too. Raya is like, I'm dying. Patoli Lich, you know, you better get revenge or something. He's kind of like, you know, kind of half-assed dying there, you know, and he's like, yeah, I don't care. And then suddenly Mimosa's healing him. He's like, damn it, don't heal me, human! Look like Titya, god damn it! You know, because she's, you know, related to the princess, right? As she's her ancestor, or not ancestor, but like, you know, her great-great-great-grandmother's sister, right? Yeah, so it's like, you know, they're related to, you know, in like, you know, in some at least, you know, likely. He's like, you know, both happy and like, oh, I don't want to be saved by royal humans. But like, that was a great scene. Mimosa, of course, being a nice character, nice person. Eos, yeah, nice person. She has to go and, of course, save Raya there. And it's good too, because Raya has always been the character who's been like, I don't really want to kill humans, but I guess I go along with it. Yeah, he's kind of like, you know, I don't really care, I don't want to kill. Yeah, he's like, kind of the character's like, no, maybe I should tell Patol he's an idiot. Yeah, like, he's kind of that character, right, that you feel he could betray him at any moment, and he doesn't really want to, you know, hurt the humans. He just wants Lich back and so on, right? And now he's like, oh, well, he's killing me. Maybe I should team up with them, yeah. so Raya will very likely, right, help the humans fight, right? Because he's like, he wants revenge, of course, against the demon, and, you know, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he? Like, he wants to revenge. The demon almost killed him, right? So of course he wants revenge regardless of that. And now he's like, damn it, I kind of like this human now. He likes Asta, right? He likes Asta. He likes the Mosta. He's like, I have to help them. So he's probably gonna fight with them. Maybe even, you know, I can see Raya even do it, a kind of, you know, self-sacrification, right? Dying to save Asta or something. I can see him killing himself for, you know, saving a human, right? Like, I mean, most I can see it happening. Because he's like, doesn't really want to leave Art. He has like a weird, you know, general, like, depressed character. It's like, I don't care, yeah. He's kind of like, you know, indifferent and so on, right? So he's probably gonna be like, I really want to save these humans now. These two at least. And also get revenge, right? So, he's probably gonna do that. But yeah, very good episode. Of course, again, the opening is always like super spoilery, but I think the ending is probably, well, I mean, yes, the king is probably gonna be alive, but you probably see it next episode because she went to finral now, so it's probably like a big spoiler because they probably revealed the various episode probably. But that if I'm right on this ending here, that's probably the biggest spoiler, that Julius is evil. That's probably not gonna happen until way later, right? So that's probably a big spoilery. But anyway, that's the review. Hopefully this sound works here. We're gonna see after the recording here. I probably won't do a re-recording of it, honestly, but it was very weird that the sound would only play on one ear for very strange. I hope it's fine now. So see you guys later today with some more new anime first impressions. I think it's gonna be Breakers today, which is like this Paralympic anime. And it's gonna be one more anime too, I believe. And also Licth goes finals, right? So yeah, see you guys with that. Subscribe, press the like button, and have a great day.